This is KVUE News at 6.
You have to take the man at his word.
Tense moments on Capitol Hill. Reaction to the congressional testimony from former FBI Director James Comey.
Sky-high toll bills. More people now coming forward about the hefty toll fees.
We go aboard the USS Gabrielle Giffords, the Navy's newest warship. It's big moment happening this weekend right here in the Lone Star State. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Rush.
I'm Terry Gruca in for Quita tonight. Riveting testimony in Washington, D.C. today as the Senate Intelligence Committee questioned fired FBI Director James Comey.
The administration then chose to defame me and, more importantly, the FBI by saying that the organization was in disarray, that it was poorly led, that the workforce had lost confidence in its leader. Those were lies, plain and simple.
Testifying under oath, Comey accused the Trump administration of misleading the public about the reasons for his abrupt firing. So we wanted to see what experts thought of the testimony. Amber Downing talked with the chief security officer with Stratfor, a global intelligence firm. Amber, a lot of red meat there. What did he have to say?
Well, Mike, we spoke with Fred Burton, who is the former counterterrorism agent with the U.S. State Department. Now, he tells us what he found most interesting about the testimony, what we'll see coming from the closed session that started at 1 today, and what questions he still has for the former FBI Director, James Comey. As the Senate Intelligence Committee heard James Comey's testimony, Stratfor Chief Security Officer Fred Burton, along with much of the U.S., watched along.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth?
Burton first questions why Comey took notes after his meetings with President Donald Trump.
When you look at written evidence, obviously, from a psychological perspective, I think whatever compelled former Director Comey to immediately start documenting his discussions, I find that very interesting.
Burton wonders why Comey didn't leak the documents himself.
This is not a witch hunt. This is not fake news.
The theatrics that played out in the hearing, Burton says, are mostly political.
When you look at these kinds of exchanges that take place, especially in a one-on-one environment, it's really difficult to decide who's saying the truth.
In the closed session that started at 1 p.m., Burton says classified documents and conversations will likely be revealed.
Probably by tomorrow we'll see leaks out of Washington as to what took place in the second half of the hearing.
Burton says the public and the media will likely soon move on.
One thing for sure, there's usually something else that kind of shapes a presidency if you look back. And time will tell what that will be with the Trump presidency.
But this will likely not be what defines the Trump administration. So terrorism, war, and how the president handles the situation, that is what Burton says often defines the presidency. Mike, Terry.
Interesting stuff. Thanks a lot, Amber. Our coverage of James Comey's testimony continues online. We have an in-depth story on our website with multiple video highlights from his appearance before the Senate Intelligence Committee.
Let's give you a live look now downtown Austin from our tower camera in Westlake Hills. Kind of muggy looking out there, right? Let's toss it over to KVUE Chief Meteorologist Albert Ramon for a look at what we're tracking tonight. Sounds like it's going to be kind of a steamy night out there.
Yeah, and it only gets humid from here. Southerly winds return tomorrow, and you're going to notice that muggy air mass on the rise. Max Storm Doppler radar quiet on the radar side in our viewing area. Temperatures are in the 80s and 90s right now. 91 degrees in Austin, following a high right around 93. A couple of showers along the middle Texas coast and just the west of us. Spotty shower can't be ruled out mainly in the hill country between now and sunset. Slightly better opportunity for an isolated shower for tomorrow. Mainly dry but humid for the weekend, and that humid air will lead to heat indices near 100 for early next week. Heat index forecast is coming up.
See you in a bit. Thanks, Albert. Yesterday, we reported on an Army serviceman who came home to a hefty toll bill after spending more than a year overseas. And that triggered several others to reach out to us with similar stories. KVUE's Erin Jones joins us now from the newsroom with what she's learned. Erin?
Well, Terry, from May of 2016 to January of this year, Kiana Allen's husband was working as a military contractor overseas. While he was away, she says she got a bill from TxDOT for $1,400 for tolls that she went through. She says the reason for the high bill is that she had moved and it took TxDOT a while to validate her address. Now, she says when she called to pay the bill, she was told it had been sent over to collections. Then when she called collections, they told her she couldn't pay it because she's not an account holder.
So I called and they're like, well, it's in his name, you can't call on his behalf. I was like, I'm his wife, no, we had to speak to him. I asked questions like, can I make arrangements? But I wasn't him, so they wouldn't let me do it. And now they're basically just wanting the whole $24,000.
Allen says $25,000 worth of administrative fees have now been added to the bill. She says she's not opposed to paying the bill, just not tens of thousands in fees. We did reach out to TxDOT, but have not heard back before this newscast. Mike, Terry.
We'll keep folks updated, Aaron. Thank you. New information tonight on a fire that destroyed a Wimberley business last month. Hayes County fire marshals are now ruling the fire at Cypress Creek Cafe accidental, adding there is no evidence of arson or another cause. The fire broke out overnight, May 30th. The cafe's owners who lived above there were not hurt, but their pets died in the fire. Fire officials declared the business a total loss, with damages around $750,000.
Two of the companies involved in the deadly West plant explosion have now reached settlements with some of the tragedy's youngest victims. The court settled 6 death cases, 77 personal injury claims, and 13 property damage cases for young children either injured in the 2013 blast or those who lost a parent. Details on the settlements will not be released. Attorneys say they hope to reach an agreement with the West Fertilizer in the near future.
Well, the Texas Department of Agriculture is sending another warning to drivers to be on the lookout for those credit card skimmers after another one was found in Austin. This skimmer was found at the Speedy Stop on East Old Wharf. Austin police removed the device, and an inspection did not find any more skimmers on those pumps. The Department of Agriculture advises drivers to move to another pump or pay inside if it looks like someone has tampered with the credit card scanner.
Elections officials for Dallas County say at least 17 people listed as dead applied for a ballot to vote in the May local elections. The county's elections administrator says no ballots were issued and the matter was forwarded to the district attorney's office for review. State law mandates that county clerks and the Texas Secretary of State's office notify elections officials of deaths so that names can be scrubbed from the voter rolls. County prosecutors already are investigating 700 mail-in ballots that were sequestered after officials flagged them as suspicious.
Keep your eyes open out there on the road. The Republic of Texas Biker Rally is officially underway as events began today at the Travis County Expo Center. Thousands of bikers will be in town for this year's event, just like every year. The rally has been held at the Austin Travis County Expo Center for over 2 decades. And it will have Congress Avenue from Cesar Chavez to 11th Street closed starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. until Saturday, 12 a.m. for the parade and a lot of other events. Those that are still parked on Congress Avenue tomorrow at 4 p.m. will be towed. So move your cars.
Don't you know that that's the place? Was that?
Tune in because you're going to be down there tomorrow.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I'm going to be rappelling off a building. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But that's a great people-watching opportunity to go into that event and bike watching, too. Yeah. Well, taking